Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and today we're doing something dangerous. Not horsepower dangerous, not Nürburgring dangerous, not I bought a twin-turbo German sedan from a guy named Vlad, and now the dashboard looks like Times Square dangerous. Nah, today I'm talking about the brands that have become social identity landmines because, well, let's be honest, cars are not just transportation anymore. They are rolling personality quizzes. They tell people whether you're practical, chaotic, overconfident, recently divorced, deep in credit card debt, or one vape rip away from cutting across 4 lanes with no signal. And that is why this conversation is fun, because some brands make perfectly decent cars, but somehow attract the exact kind of energy you do not want stapled on your forehead every time you pull into a parking lot. This is not about what brands make the single best engine or the best lease deal or the most cup holders per cubic foot. This is about vibe, reputation, the kind of person the brand has become associated with, whether that is fair or not. And before the comment section turns into a 4-alarm dumpster fire, this is all just, well, my opinion. If you own one of these brands and you're cool, well, congratulations, you are one of the survivors. Also, hit the like button and subscribe because we are closing in on 2 million subscribers, and I want to hit that with you guys this year. All right, these are the car brands I would rather not be associated with. And let's start with Tesla. Man, what a speed run this brand has had. Tesla used to be the car for nerds with money. Early adopter energy, Silicon Valley optimism. You were basically saying, I love tech and I am willing to forgive panel gaps if it means my car feels like an iPhone from the future. Now the vibe is all over the place. Tesla is not just a car anymore. It is an argument on wheels. You pull up in one and half the people think you are a tech bro who says the word disruption in casual conversation. The other half think you bought it before the brand got weird and now you are quietly hoping nobody starts a conversation at the stoplight. And the problem is not even just the CEO baggage. That is the loudest part, sure. But the car itself also picked up this weird reputation where people stopped thinking of it as a car and started thinking of it as an appliance for aggressively online people. It is the giant center screen. It is the minimalist interior that can feel like somebody forgot to finish the dashboard. It is the drivers who treat public roads like the car is doing 90% of the thinking and they are just to supervise with bad judgment. That is the issue. Tesla stopped feeling like a cool future car and started feeling like a social statement people did not necessarily mean to make. And I do not want my daily driver to feel like I am accidentally wearing somebody else's campaign shirt. Next up, Nissan. This one hurts because old Nissan was sick. Old Nissan had Swagger Z cars, Skyline, Silvia, Maxima back when it meant something. Frontier still gets a pass from me too. There are pockets of cool here, but brand reputation is not built on the greatest hits album. It is built on what people see every day. And what people see every day is pure chaos. Nissan has somehow become the official brand of expired paper tags, dented bumpers, one mismatched wheel, and a driver who treats every merge lane like an act of war. Again, not every Nissan owner, obviously, but if a Sentra or Altima appears in your rearview mirror doing 20 over with one headlight and the emotional stability of a raccoon in a casino, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the tragedy is the cars themselves are not always terrible. Some of them are totally fine if maintained. That is what makes it worse. Nissan became a brand where the product is not even the whole joke. The owner stereotype swallowed the brand whole. That is a brutal place to be. Yo guys, quick pause because this is super important. The giveaway is live right now, and we're giving away this fully built, dripping in carbon Supra, 4 months in the making. And guys, it is the Tuner Hero spec, plus a Shelby GT350 with an exhaust that sounds absolutely ridiculous. So, if you want to win, you've got a decision to make. Do you get the JDM Legend, or do you get the American Icon? And guys, for a limited time, every purchase that you make on the site, which is pinned in the first comment down below, you get 2,000 bonus entries to win one of these cars, plus bonus cash, hat, shirt, entry pack, it don't matter. That's 2,000 extra chances on top. And Rocky from New York grabbed a quick entry pack last time and walked away with the GTR plus bonus cash. So yeah, it definitely happens. And we're running it back with 2 cars. So which one you picking? Let me know in the comments down below and go get entered as well. And good skill. Now let's talk Jeep. Oh boy, Jeep is one of the all-time greatest examples of a brand selling a lifestyle so hard that people stopped asking whether the product itself made sense. Because I get it, doors off, top off, mountain road, big tires, golden hour, dog in the back. Everybody wants to look like they are one artisanal coffee away from an overlanding documentary, but then reality shows up like a tow truck. Jeep has this incredible ability to make people pay premium money for a vehicle that still feels like it is making excuses for itself. Weird road manners banners, questionable refinement, mysterious rattles, suspension drama, death wobble, becoming a known phrase in the ownership experience, which is absolutely insane when you really think about it. If a car has a nickname for violently trying to shake itself apart at speed, that should not be part of the charm. That should be the end of the meeting. And then there is the community side, the ducks on dashboards, the hyper-curated identity, the sense that some people did not buy a vehicle, they joined a traveling theme park built around windshield banners and recovery boards they will never use. I love the concept of Jeep more than the reality of Jeep. The fantasy is incredible. The ownership stereotype is exhausting. Speaking of exhausting Ram is what happens when a truck brand looks directly into the camera and says, what if we went full chest tattoo? Again, not every Ram owner, but enough of them. Ram has become the official truck of guys who tailgate you in broad daylight when the left lane is already going 85. It is the official vehicle of energy drinks, LED light bars brighter than a surgical theater, and Facebook profile pictures taken in wraparound sunglasses while squinting at freedom. And the funny part is some Ram trucks are genuinely nice. Great interiors, big torque, comfortable. There is real substance there, but the brand vibe has become so aggressively meathead that it overshadows the actual truck. I do not want people seeing my vehicle and assuming I punch drywall when my fantasy football team loses. That is not the aura I am going for. Now let's get controversial with Ferrari. Because I know they make some of the greatest cars ever built. They have history, prestige, racing pedigree, soundtracks from heaven, posters on childhood walls. I get it, but as a brand, Ferrari sometimes feels like luxury insecurity with carbon fiber accents. The cars can be incredible. The brand experience can feel like applying to join a country club run by people who are annoyed you spoke too loudly near the silverware. Ferrari has this vibe where it is not enough to buy the car. You are expected to understand the rituals, the hierarchy, the unwritten rules, the weird sense that owning one means entering a relationship where they are somehow still the one doing you a favor. That is so lame to me. I love great cars. I do not love being treated like I should be grateful for the chance to write an enormous check and then ask permission to enjoy it properly. And some Ferrari owners do not help. There is a certain flavor of Ferrari guy who acts like the car did not just make him richer in status, it made him wiser as a human being. Brother, you bought a very fast red sculpture. Relax. Now for the broad umbrella of Stellantis, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, all that beautiful corporate soup, this group has somehow become the patron saint of maximum attitude and minimum trust. Dodge especially has this reputation now where the cars are either genuinely hilarious fun or they are being driven in a way that makes you want to call your insurance company preemptively. Charger and Challenger culture got so loud and so extra that it kind of overwhelmed everything else. The cars themselves can be awesome. Big engine, big comfort, big stupid energy. I understand the appeal. I really do. But brand association matters, and somehow the modern Mopar vibe became equal parts burnout smoke, sketchy financing, and public nuisance hearing. It is like the cars are permanently one bad decision away from making the local news. And then the reliability concerns and dealer experiences start creeping in, and suddenly the whole thing feels like a commitment to chaos that I personally do not need. Next up, Kia and Hyundai. This is a tricky one because these brands have improved a lot in certain areas. Styling got better, features got better, some of the new stuff looks genuinely compelling, but brand reputation is sticky. And for a lot of people, Kia and Hyundai still trigger the same thought. Great on paper, greatly special, great until some bizarre mechanical issue or theft trend or dealer nightmare enters the chat, and suddenly your bargain feels like a side quest you never wanted. That is their problem. The brands still carry this feeling of being purchased because the deal was loud, not because the buyer was deeply convicted. And that might be unfair to some of the good newer products, but perception matters a lot. If a brand still makes a bunch of people say, yeah, but do I trust it? That question becomes part of the ownership experience, whether you like it or not. Then there is Land Rover and Range Rover. This one is easy. These things are gorgeous. I totally get the appeal. You sit in one and for about 8 minutes, you feel like a private equity guy who skis in Europe and says things like chalet without embarrassment. Then the ownership stories start. Then the warning lights, then the air suspension sneezes and your bank account leaves its body. Range Rover has one of the most brutal reputation gaps in the entire car world. On the road, they look expensive, powerful, elite. In conversation, they sound like a hostage situation. Owning one feels like dating a supermodel who throws your phone into a lake twice a month. Incredible presence, catastrophic peace of mind, and the owner stereotype does not help either because the brand has become associated with a certain kind of flex-first practicality, never person, which is fine if that is your thing. It is not mine. Let's do BMW. Now, I actually like BMWs a lot. Great engines, great chassis balance, tons of genuinely special cars. But if we are talking association only, BMW has had a long undefeated run as the official brand of confidence, exceeding situational awareness. The turn signal jokes did not come from nowhere. BMW has this reputation where even when the car's cool, the stereotype arrives first. Tailgating, weaving, parking diagonally like the paint lines are merely suggestions. Acting like being late for lunch is a motorsport, and that is a shame because plenty of BMWs are brilliant. But the driver stereotype is so deeply baked into pop culture that owning one comes with inherited allegations. Same thing with Porsche to a lesser extent. Incredible cars, but some Porsche owners really do walk around like they have been personally knighted by the Nürburgring. The car is amazing. That does not make you a shaman. And finally, Mazda. This one is funny because I actually think Mazda makes some genuinely good stuff. Nice steering feel, better looking than a lot of economy brand rivals. Interiors that try, real effort, but the fan base online can get so weird. There is this strain of Mazda discourse where every conversation becomes a hostage negotiation. Ask for a practical commuter and somebody whispers Mazda. Ask for a fun sedan and somebody screams Mazda. Ask what toaster to buy and a guy in the back is like, have you considered the steering feel of a Mazda 3? And then suddenly ordinary competent cars get discussed like they are bargain basement Aston Martins for the enlightened. Calm down. It is a nice car, not a spiritual awakening. And that is the thing about brand association. Sometimes the product is fine, and sometimes it is a fan club that becomes unbearable. Most of these brands have made some good cars. Some have made great cars. Almost all of them have at least one model I would absolutely drive. But brand association is not rational. It is emotional. It is cultural. It is built from stereotypes, stories, memes, dealership experiences, traffic encounters, and the kind of person the brand seems to attract over time. So this is not a list of the worst brands. It's a list of the brands where I do not want the unnecessary baggage. I don't want to pull up somewhere and feel like I have to explain myself every time I get out of the car. Give me the model, not the mythology. Give me the good car without the weird social costume attached to it. That is the dream. All right, now I want to hear from you guys. What brands would you rather not be associated with and why? Keep it honest, keep it fun. Try not to start a civil war in the comments, although let's be real, that is probably happening anyway. If you enjoyed this, hit the subscribe so we get to 2 mil and share this with your most brand loyal friend just to make them uncomfortable. And remember to go to winthisidealcar.com to get entered to win your dream car plus bonus cash. I'm Brad Danger. This is Ideal, and as always, keep living the ideal lifestyle.